when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grande has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
When I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grande.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially in the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grande has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
When I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grande.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially in the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money, money, money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money, 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 money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grande.
Money's coming to me.
The talk from most of them is that there was a bit of a slowdown, and that not that there's nothing to worry about, but on balance, I don't think that anybody gave me any indication that the consumer was suddenly suffering in a meaningful way. Wow!
Oh, wow.
Wow.
It's amazing, isn't it? I get so sick of hearing every day how the consumer is so strong and the labor market is strong when it's all a bunch of nonsense. Nonsense. Unbelievable. I mean, every time I hear that, we should play the sound of, I can't think of her name. Oh, Sound of Music. There we go. Every time we hear that, we should play that, I would think. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, these people. So anyways, look, I told everybody we're going to have a rally going into the crash, and this is what we're getting. And now the rally is going to even move along further, because as you go into the holiday, remember we have the light trading, so you can't do a lot of shorting, and so again you have the Christmas rally, and you have all those things going on, especially the CEOs playing a lot of games to try to get their bonuses up and stock buybacks and on and on and on. But this is going to be one of the biggest crashes we ever had. I mean, the people that are coming out talking about how great things are when it's just the opposite. The lying that's going on is unbelievable. Unbelievable. I mean, we have such debt and deficits, and nobody even knows what a debt and deficit is. Most people don't. I'm talking about the investors. They don't know what a debt or deficit is, or what it does, or what the consequences are. They have no idea. They have no idea, nor do they care. They just look every morning, as long as they hear on CNBC or Fox Business how things are great, they just buy stocks. It's unbelievable what's going on. And retail is so dead. I mean, they're just dead. And they're trying to tell us how strong the retail business is. My God. I mean, just think of the nonsense they are selling us. The other day when they came out, and we got that 600-point rally. 600-point rally. Are you nuts? Think about this. If you take from last June, the CPI was at 9%, right? And so they brought it down last week to 3.1%. That's a 65% drop in inflation, right? 65% since June 2022 to November 2023. What are you, nuts? But yet, the so-called Goldilocks economy that we're having now and diminishing inflation is not working. Last week they told us, there's not going to be any more rate hikes. Prices are going to start falling again, and people go out and buy, and we're going to pivot back to rate cuts. And yet again, no mention about deficits. Deficits are a killer. You get inflation with deficits, and that's what kills you. $33 trillion in deficits, or in debt. We're growing by almost $2 trillion a year. Our interest cost now is going to be nearly $1 trillion. See, that's what happens when you keep interest rates too low for too long. And when you believe in this Goldilocks economy, and when you keep kicking the bank insolvency can down the road and you don't want to fix it, this is insane. The Conference Board, they're a think tank. They get most of the biggest CEOs in the country around the table. And they're worried. They're worried because they know that consumers don't have confidence, because across this country, cities across this nation are getting hit with layoffs, but they don't talk about it, which is compounded by higher grocery prices. They don't talk about that either. Higher grocery price. What the hell? But someone tell me, why is butter up 4%? Why is beef up 7%? When since June 2022, our inflation is down 65%. Our inflation is down 65%. And yet beef is going up, butter is going up. Oh, and milk dropped. This is a good one. Milk dropped only 6% when inflation dropped 65%. Now, the reason grocery prices are going higher and inflation is dropping, as inflation drops, because the U.S. grocery chains have a strong lobbyist group, like the NRA. And they're heavy. They get heavy support from Congress, from the Democrat side, because they put a lot of money into the Democrats. Example, here's how they play a game. When Biden got into office, food producers started raising prices. Then the grocery chain, the lobbyists for them, to mask what's going on, they started to blame higher costs. Oh, we got all this higher costs, which wasn't true. In fact, they're saying we got ingredient prices keep going up, which was a lie. Ingredient prices were going down. Just the opposite. And so grocery chains were getting away with increasing prices, boosting inflation, boosting profits. Of course, a lot of those profits go to the Democratic Party in a way of, donations and so forth. And the Republicans do the same thing, I'm sure. So, and then the other thing, the Federal Reserve is on their side, these big corporations, and all corporations. What people don't understand, the Federal Reserve doesn't want prices coming down. For people to sit here and say, oh, we're going to have a soft landing. No, you're not. Because the Federal Reserve is going to make sure we don't get one. Because the Federal Reserve, understand, they don't want us to have a soft landing. They want food companies and all corporations to keep raising prices. Matter of fact, do you remember when Yellen and Powell were saying how inflation was transitory? They were meeting with CEOs in Washington at that same time, begging them to keep pricing up. Keep pricing up. And here's why they do that. Because what they're worried about is prices are coming down. They don't want people sitting back and saying, oh, I'm going to wait another month before I buy that that fishing rod or the furniture. I'm going to wait. Prices are coming down. I'm going to wait another month. They're terrified of that. So what they're doing is they're fighting themselves. They want prices to go up. And what they look at, these morons, is Japan. They always use Japan as a great example of that. Remember how they say Japan has that lost decade from 91 to 2001? That's what happened. As they kept on dropping prices, people would sit back and not buy because they wait for prices to go down further on houses and cars and everything else. And so that's why they keep saying how Japan was the greatest example of a lost decade. So that's what they're afraid of. So they're pushing prices up, not down. And the good example, of course, is groceries. This is unbelievable. People have no idea what's going on. Now, this rally I promised you would happen. It's happening. And this is perfect timing for it. Some of our stocks are going up nicely even today. I mean, Boeing, we shorted Boeing. We shorted Boeing, went down 17%, and now we're long in Boeing. It's up 16%. We caught that one both ways. That's what you got to do. It's crazy what they're doing.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Phil Grande has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there with the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What are you, nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grande can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com, where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners or shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Why are investors listening to Phil Grande of philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com. When you listen to the advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard, things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up, or why there's continued inflation, or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. $600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
Right now, it does look like a Goldilocks kind of environment where we can have economic growth, a slowdown in inflation, and have interest rates fall, which would lead to a double bull market in both stocks and bonds.
Have you heard anyone so dumb? I mean, can you imagine she's managing someone's money? She has no clue what's going on. Zero. She has no idea of the consequences we are facing because we have banks that are broke. We kept interest rates at zero for too long. But what's wrong with this person? We got auto loans and credit cards, right? More people are behind on their credit card and auto loans anytime in a decade. In fact, payments, delinquent payments on these credit cards and autos, we haven't seen it this bad in more than 15 years. More than 15 years, this is so bad. 1.5 trillion in auto loan debt. Delinquencies are already past a 27-year record. Credit card debt, 1 trillion. Delinquencies are up a record 24%. 24% in the last 11 months. Consumer spending, 22% more than wage income. Why? Because they're using their credit card. They're withdrawing money from their 401k. Remember all the money they are given during the COVID. They're running out of that money now. And they just did a survey where Americans say they're worse off now than they were a year ago. Of course you are. Now, as of late, this is as of October, okay? As of October, 22 million are behind on utility bills. This has been updated. 7 million behind on rent. 5 million behind on mortgage payments. 9 million behind on student loans. 5 million behind on auto loans. Wages aren't keeping up with inflation. Wages under Biden have declined 7.2% for 24 of the past 32 months. Overtime, that's what you got to look at. If you've got a lot of overtime, then you know you got strong labor. No, we don't. It's tanked. Overtime is tanking. At the same time, cost is going up 19%. So prices are increasing 9%. And people say, well, how could that be? Because of food stamps, the SNAPS program. That's why costs are up 19%, but they won't tell you that. This food stamp program has contributed 90% to the 19% increase. Look at the people living paycheck to paycheck. 76% who make $50,000 or less. Then you got another 65% living paycheck to paycheck who make $50,000 to $100,000. Then you got 47% making more than $100,000 living paycheck to paycheck. We have record past due credit cards. We have record low savings, and record number of retirees have to go back to work. And she's telling us how wonderful things are. Jobs. On average, out of every 500 jobs we get, new jobs we get at first Friday of each month, only 50 are for people who don't have a job, who need a job. The rest of them for people who need a second and third job or part-time job. And we've had a record 3-year increase in part-time jobs. So how could that, is that evidence that we're in a Goldilocks environment?
Right now, it does look like a Goldilocks kind of environment.
Does that sound like a Goldilocks economy? And poverty has increased under Biden from 7.8 to 12%? Come on. That's a Goldilocks economy. We've never had so many people having second and third jobs, working part-time. That's a Goldilocks. Are you kidding me? And here's another thing that people don't realize. They go, oh, wow, look at this. Yields are starting to come down. Yields are coming down. That means you're going to have a correction in the market. Everybody say, look at yields are coming down. This is a good thing. Yields are coming. No. Yields coming down and oil coming down is telling you you're screwed. Oil coming down. Look how much oil collapsed. And oil, when it collapses, is telling you there's no energy in the economy. Not only our economy, but the global economy. There's nothing going on. You need oil for lipstick, for tires, nothing's going on. People don't have any money. And then you get this doorbell talking, right?
Right now, it does look like a Goldilocks kind of environment.
Can you imagine? Oh my God. So we got $820 billion in savings. That's nothing. Nothing. And it dropped from 32% to 4%. Actually, 3.5%. It's crazy. 62.7% of adults have less savings or no savings compared just to a year ago. And we have record withdrawals of home equity. In fact, they had this one thing I found out on the weekend, and they said that online searches to how to get equity out of your home is up 300%. 300%. So, what we did is we bought, remember I said, buy the spiders and buy the cues. I said to buy the spiders, and we bought the spiders, and that was, let me get it up here for you. We bought the spiders, and I think that was on October 31st, I think it was. October 1st. And those have taken off, and they're going up again today. So we got all our gang members in that. Those are up about 10%. Then the Qs, I told everybody get in the Qs. Okay, same thing. The Qs are up about the same, and they're doing terrific. And then I said to them, make sure you're in the banks, and make sure you're in tech, because that's where all the money's going to go for the rally I told you would occur before the market crashes. And that's where all the money went. Join my gang. We'll help you.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. When the stock market is volatile, how do you invest intelligently?
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. There's no need for you to be panicking in a market that goes up 800 points one day, 700 points, then it goes down again. All you need is good advice, need good direction. You don't get that from your CNBC and the Fox Business and all these crazy shows. You don't. Here's what you get from them. Thank you, Jim Cramer. But this is something this really bugs me. Listen to this.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What? Their responsibility is to their partners and shareholders and not to you? Check my site out, philsgang.com.
When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need the experience of Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
What a difference it makes in your financial life. philsgang.com. It works.
You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Cramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have two people on the show. One guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right. Follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals. You follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grande.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
Why are investors listening to Phil Grande at philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Our team is comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. Phil's Gang has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. You don't need to be a seasoned investor to benefit from the Phil's Gang platform, no matter what level of investor you are. Phil's Gang strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action, avoid market pitfalls, and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com. If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande at philsgang.com. You know, I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color-coded chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Retail stands out as being soft right now, both at the highest end. You know, yesterday I think Burberry reported weak numbers. Right. We've seen weakness from Richemont and LVMH, and then Target had, and Home Depot also had weak sales numbers.
Weak sales numbers? Wait a minute. What happened to Goldilocks here?
Right now, it does look like a Goldilocks kind of environment.
It's just insane. You know, it's not that hard. On actually going back to September, I said to my members, I said, we're going to get this one last rally, and there's only two places you want to be. You want to be in tech, and you want to be in banks. And that's where all the money's going to go. And sure enough, that's where the money went. And we also got into oil. The oil stock, USO, we got into that early on when nobody was buying oil. USO. And that's how you got to buy stocks. You got to buy them when they're not popular. USO. And we got into USO, and we got into that when it was about $63 a stock. It went up to about 81. We got a nice return on that. Then our color-coded chart, which gives us the footprint, we saw money leaving, so we turned around and we sold it short, and we're still short now, still going down. But at some point here, oil is going to start turning around and go back up again. So it's going to get another big rally at some point here. So we're going to watch it. We already caught it up. We already caught it down. We're going to sit back and we're going to catch it on the way back up. I still think oil is going to get to 100 to 100. You know, it's amazing to think about what's going on in this world, the wars that are going on. And oil is not $100 yet? What are you, nuts? That's insane. So it goes to tell you how bad the economy is, And it really got me upset this morning when I hear the geniuses, the jibber jabbers, okay, the fancy pants on these programs sitting there with their two-piece suits on and their three-piece hats. God, these people get me. And they don't know what the hell they're talking about. And when they get on these shows, they try to impress each other. And all that comes out is garbage. A person just wants a simple answer. What do I do with my money? What's going to happen? And nothing good can happen when you have debts and you have deficits. Nothing good can happen. It's impossible. When you have debt is just like your home. When you got debt, isn't that a terrible thing? But it makes it worse for the government because they can keep going into debt because they just keep printing money. And when you have deficits like we have, where they just keep spending and spending and spending, an average almost $2 trillion more than they have every year, that deficit's got to be paid. And the consequence of that, Biden spending more than he takes in tax revenue, our standard of living goes down. Because we got to pay higher interest rates to pay for the deficits that he creates. Can you imagine that? What a bunch of suckers we are. We got to pay. We got to pay for the deficits. We got to pay for the printing of money to try to pay off these deficits. And then what happens is, what people don't understand, business investment gets so bad. There's no money going to business investment. That's why the crash occurred. When you look at the crash in 2009, the rally from 2008 up to January 2022, that 650% S&P rally, 1,200% in the NASDAQ, why it couldn't last. Because that whole rally was all air, was all QE, it was all stock buybacks. And the problem is when you print money to buy your own shares, so you have less shares available to push the stock price up artificially, that's all inflation. If you put that money into business investment, there's hardly any inflation at all, and we wouldn't be here today. There is no way that this rally can hold. And that's what I've been saying to you. This is going to happen. We're going to have a big rally, then we're going to go into a crash. Because again, you got higher interest rates, our business investment's going to hell. We don't have any economic growth anymore. I mean, can you imagine? We went from 6.5% when Trump was in office down to whatever it is, 3.1, which is all a lie. Anyway, it's all a lie. And we have hardly any new orders coming in, especially for the durable goods like TVs and appliances. They're all dried up. People don't have money. And for these people to come on, listen to them. They're all the same.
Something's changed. The market is, for lack of a more poetic term, better.
Better. Here he is again, Kramer. Better. How can a market be better when the S&P, okay, when you take the market cap and see the money that we've lost, that the S&P lost, how much it dropped, the market cap, the value. How could it be better? I forgot the number. I don't want to give you a wrong number, but it was huge. I think it was like, I won't give you a fake number. I don't give you a false number. But it was, when over the weekend I read it, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. So all you can do, again, is look at the footprint of money, and that's how you make money in this business. If you're going to listen to these people in fundamentals, you're going to get killed. So right now, when we bought JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs and Citi in October, before this rally occurred, I had all my members get in at that point, and they're up, those three stocks up around 15 to 17%. Those three stocks, each one of them. And then at the same time, I said, now you got to buy Microsoft, Apple, and what was the third one? I think the third one was Meta, I think. Yeah, Meta. Third one was Meta. And those are all about 14 to 17%. So out of this rally, we've been getting about 14 to 17% return. But I also had them get in early in October, the spiders and the Qs. So I said, why don't you just buy a basket? Buy a basket of the Qs. And the Qs are up. We got into those in October. Those are up about 10, 12%. And same thing with our spiders. So you just buy the baskets. All you got to do is get in the basket. And so people are making money. And then we're going to make money on the way back down. We're just going to short it. Because this market, remember, this market cannot sustain itself. Why would we be so lucky to think this market could sustain itself when the rally from 2009 to 2022 can sustain itself? So why are we going to be so lucky this one's going to sustain itself when things are worse? I don't get that. And also, from the rally of October, that October 13, 2022, up to July of 2023, that failed. That failed. And now they're trying to run it back up. Remember, they tried to get back up to 477 on SPY. It failed at 459. They couldn't get back to 477. Then it failed at 453. Then it failed at 4. And we're right now at 451. To try to get from 451 to 477 or 4,770, are you kidding me? If you don't know how to short, and of course, if you're in a 401k, you're really dead. You're going to lose so much money. It's terrible. Look at how can they say that the economy is Goldilocks when you got 180 regional banks that have unrealized losses, $650 billion. And they didn't have to admit to those losses yet. They didn't have to admit because, again, Powell came in and artificially, saved them. I mean, just temporarily, rather, saved them. Not forever. All these banks are going to go down. All these banks are going to go down. And then you got the four biggest investment banks. They got losses they don't have to report yet, $275 billion. And then you had Fitch downgraded our credit rating. Moody's downgraded our credit rating. And this woman says we have a Goldilocks economy? What is she, nuts?
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grande.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially in the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grande at philsgang.com.
Hey folks, Phil Grande from Phil's Gang Radio Show. Are you going to let Wall Street control your financial freedom? Are you nuts? Learn what Wall Street doesn't want you to know, especially how to profit in a stock market crash. I'm offering a 10-day free trial to our Working Investor Program. No nonsense, just actionable insights. Don't miss out. Sign up to be a Phil's Gang member and secure your financial freedom. Visit www.philsgang.com today.
That's philsgang.com. philsgang.com. When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grande has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
When I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com.
Hey folks, Phil Grande from Phil's Gang Radio Show. Are you going to let Wall Street control your financial freedom? Are you nuts? Learn what Wall Street doesn't want you to know, especially how to profit in a stock market crash. I'm offering a 10-day free trial to our Working Investor Program. No nonsense, just actionable insights. Don't miss out. Sign up to be a Phil's Gang member and secure your financial freedom. Visit www.philsgang.com today.
That's philsgang.com. philsgang.com. To be a successful investor, you need to stay current with the daily changes in the economy and the stock market. Phil Grande and philsgang.com can be your guide to becoming a better investor. Try the free 10-day trial at philsgang.com for the working investor. From the opening bell to the closing, stay informed with what's happening in real time. The Working Investor Program includes full access to the Phil's Gang website, a morning update on what to look for that day on Wall Street, a market wrap on that day's trading, plus seminars, training, and tools to help you become a better investor. Go to philsgang.com for a free 10-day trial. After that, it's just $59.95 a month for membership, daily updates, training, software, and the best investing advice every day. You can invest with the best. Phil Grande and philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grande. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
Welcome back to Phil's Gang. If you join the gang and start a new year, and you're going to learn how to follow footprint of money. That's all you're following is a footprint. See, all this stuff that they talk about, all the fundamentals, none of that means squat, man. I mean, fundamentals for what? What? They all do the same thing. They buy 5 stocks. Remember, we had about an 19% return in the S&P from January to where we are. We have 500 stocks. Remember, we got the banking sector, which is huge. But all except 6% of that, or all but 5% of that rally, that 19%, all but 5% was the 7 stocks. But it wasn't all 7, it was 5. So 5 of 500 stocks. So you might as well take the other stocks and throw them away. Why do we even need them? And in fact, look what we did. Starting in August, I started telling my members, all we're going to have to do is buy early the tech stocks, the best tech stocks, and the best bank stocks. And we're going to make a lot of money. But you got to buy banks and you got to buy tech. That's all. Don't fool around with anything else. And that's what happened. And they went up. And they're still going to go up. And they'll go up right through probably to the new year. Because this is the time of the year. It's a beautiful thing because there's going to be light volume. The big boys are gone. That means you can't short much. It's very hard to short. We got a Christmas rally coming. I think it starts the day or 2 days after Christmas. And I think it ends one day after New Year's. So they're all looking forward to that, big excuse. And right now, all they're going to do is try to get their bonuses. And if you look at the Dow, right, the Dow's up 226 points. So all you got to do is go to the Dow and say, okay, which stocks are driving the Dow? And first of all, another thing is, if you would just learn one pattern from us, it's called the flag pattern, the flag pattern. The triangle flag. Looks just like a flag. Triangle. Here, I'll put it up. It's on CRM. I got CRM on it right now. It's one of the stocks we own, and it's just a real simple triangle. That's all it is. It's a simple triangle with a flagpole, and there it is. And if you look at the Qs, we use that pattern. And I told them to go in and buy using that pattern, and look how it took off for us. We use that same pattern to buy the spiders. Look how it took off for us. And then we looked at the most important group is the small mid-cap stocks. It's telling you the market's going to crash. The symbol is IWM. And it's telling you that the market's going to crash. It's flipped upside down. It never lies. It never lies. These guys on the bank, on the fake business, that's all they do is lie. That's all they do. And they never agree with each other. You ever notice?
This economy continues to have strong fundamentals. Corporate balance sheets continue to be in a good shape. Very liquid. The consumer continues to spend, and
see, they're going to tell you what they know you want to hear. What a bold-faced lie. Corporate balance sheets are strong. They've never been so weak. How can they not be weak when you're borrowing money for 13 years at zero interest? 13 years, and you're loading up. Corporate debt has never been so big, and you're loading up on this debt. You're levering yourself so big. Now the interest goes from 0 to say 6%, 7%. You're so screwed. But the fake business network, they know how to work it to make sure you don't get the truth. And all you need to do is follow the footprint. So going back to the Dow 30 here, it takes you a couple minutes to go through it in the morning. And you'll see every morning it's the same stocks that are going up. CRM, Salesforce. It's perfect pattern for it at a high and a low. Just turned green, had a flag pattern. That's just a perfect pattern, okay? Perfect pattern. If you were our gang member, you'd be making money if that was your stock. Now you go down. Now oil is dead. But this is telling us that oil is so dead, so bad, okay, that the economy is just, the global economy as well, is just wrecked. And with the yields coming down, and you also got terrible oil prices, there's only one place for this market to go. It's down. And you need to go down because you got to correct 13 years of a fake bubble. 13 years. You got to correct it. 13 years of lying. 13 years of manipulation. 13 years of financial engineering. You got to correct it at some point. The market will correct itself because these guys are too stupid. Like Powell and Yellen. Now they're just dumb. They're just lapdogs for the very, very wealthy who control all this. So if you look at, so let's see what else is going on. PG here, no, it's not doing anything. Oh, here's one, Verizon, VZ, there you go. Verizon's up today. And again, you wouldn't buy Verizon today. See, someone's going to jump in Verizon, it's going to be running out of steam. The other one would have been very, very nice, CRM, that was a good one, but I wouldn't be jumping in Verizon today. So you only have a few stocks. That's the problem. The breath is so bad in these markets. I mean, really bad. Now, McDonald's. Here's another one, McDonald's. So McDonald's, it just turned green around 285. It was red from about 240 to about 265. What's that tell you was red? It's telling you the footprint's red. It's telling you there's not enough money going in. It's a very, very weak stock. Now all of a sudden some money starts coming in from 265 to 279. Well, that's good, but it's not going to last because use the 50% rule. If you take the high on the stock, you take the high on the stock around 291. You take the low on the stock around 245. You split it in half. And it'll reach halfway all the time. All the time they'll reach halfway. 268, and we're right at 279. So they always reach, right, that 50% rule always works because everybody who's shorted has to buy their stock back. So it goes up half. It goes up anywhere between 38 and 50. If you know what you're doing, you get the buy signals, you can make money every time that happens. But to try to get from there now, from 279 back up to its high, okay, to its high of around let's say, I don't know what the high was there. High was around 298. It can't do it because it's got too many sellers. So from 278 to 290, it's all heavy sellers up there. All heavy sellers. And who's going to buy those stocks? See, the only reason why Salesforce went from the low of 245 to 278, that's called short covering. It will show you how to do that. So you always catch the short covering. So you know what you're doing. But once you catch the short covering, so whoever buys it today is screwed. Because you can't take out all those buyers above you, all those sellers above you. There's millions of them up there. And they all say the same thing. If I get half my money back, I'm out. You're dead. You're dead. No, you're dead. Look, if you stay with us just for 10 days, it doesn't cost you a penny. And the one thing you're going to learn is how to read the bond market, because the bond market is crucial. Once you read that bond market, then you know what to do with your stocks. So that's another. McDonald's went up today. So there's very, very few stocks that are doing well today. So the market's up 190 now. The Dow's coming back off. And there's very few stocks. That's terrible. Terrible breath. Terrible breath. Microsoft is up today. That's another one. That's 3. So you see, this is what you call bad breath. And 99.99999% of people don't even know what bad breath is. They think it's a pickle sandwich and onion, or our vice president, That's bad breath. Now, Intel went up today, but Intel's been going straight up, okay? But if I was in fact, we told our people in Intel, we bought Intel, to sell into it today. You better sell into it. You don't have to get out totally, leave some shares on, but we got in really early. Now's the time to sell into it. So that's it. There's only a few stocks. That's called bad breath. Just think of our vice president, and then you think of bad breath.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to